Let me tell you about that motherfucking day. Let me tell you about that picture. First, I got hit up in November, the first week of November, and when I show motherfuckers, I show my people's the picture, whatever. They'd be like, "Oh, Halloween, Halloween, that looks so real." I'm like, "Halloween, my fucking ass." Let me tell you what happened. I'm coming back from Florida, seeing the homeboy Pasión out in Jacksonville. So I'm coming up, and the friend calls me up, and she was like, "Hey, I'm over here in the city, at a nice park. Come over, come check this place out, whatever." So I was like, "Ah, fuck, yeah, I'm driving 10, 12 hours or whatever." So I was like, "Ah, fuck, I'll go stop by." And she was staying in some like big money area, like it was money. You could just tell it was fucking money. She's talking about a parking spot over there was like $20,000 a month. Anyways. So I show up, and she was like, let's go walking. It's beautiful outside. The city's empty. You can see the buildings because of COVID-19 and shit, Nobody was walking out there or whatever. She was like, it's so beautiful. I was like, all right, whatever. So we're walking down the street, down this block, and she sees like an old neighbor, some old lady, like handicapped lady, you know what I mean? She was like on one of those walker fucking things or whatever. So we're walking down the street, and we're just talking shit, and then out of nowhere, some little skinny crackhead black dude starts yelling, "Yo, get the fuck off my block, get the fuck off my block." I'm chilling because I'm thinking, this motherfucker ain't talking to me. Whatever. So keep walking, and then he pulls up, like he stops in front of us. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's all like, get the fuck off my block, get the fuck off my block, I'm gonna stab y'all motherfuckers. And he pulls out a knife. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I'm with my friend and a fucking old lady. So I'm like, I started talking shit. That was mistake number one. I'm like, what the fuck you gonna do with that shit? Get the fuck out of here. I said, what the fuck? Little skinny ass motherfucking crackhead. Yo, this motherfucker reaches back, and that's where I was slipping. Cause it was like a second, I should just smash this motherfucking ass. But I fell asleep, I slept on that shit. I don't know, man, maybe I had a self-doubt, I don't fucking know. Anyways, so I get this motherfucker my shoulder. Motherfucker pokes me. The second time he pokes me, the shit gets stuck on my bone, my scapula. I didn't even know what that word was until I got stabbed there, but anyways. Then the motherfucker decks me, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I look at him like, yo, you a bitch. I got a big ass motherfucking knife on my back, and I'm just looking at him like with a confused fucking look. So now I start stepping to his ass. And right there, that's why I felt the motherfucking knife on my back, because it was hitting a nerve like when I moved. I was like, oh shit, the motherfucking knife was on my back. And this dude is like, starts looking for shit. So I'm like, oh shit, in my motherfucking mind, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker looking for a gun or some shit. Man, I was so fucked up. Like, I ain't never motherfucking been stabbed before like that. But I was so motherfucking fucked up. I'm thinking this motherfucker looking for a pistol or some shit. Man, this nigga was probably looking for some drugs or something. I don't fucking know. So then I'm like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this motherfucker safe. So I tell my friend, man, fuck this shit. Let's get the fuck out of here. But before I started walking away, like some white dude comes running down. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be all like really badass and shit. And then this white dude's like, hey, some young cat motherfucker. But then he sees that big ass knife on my back. This motherfucker turns around and books the other way. Look at us, got scared and shit. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so I'm walking down the street, and I'm just like, my motherfucking ego is just hurt. My ego is just hurt. I mean, I could feel the motherfucking knife, because every time I moved my motherfucking arm, she was like hitting that fucking nerve. But my shit was like, man, I just got stabbed by a motherfucking crackhead and I ain't do a fucking thing. The fuck? So I see like these white people like running and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm walking by them and shit, and I'm like, yo man, put this shit on my back. And these motherfuckers just straight ignoring me and shit, yo. This shit they fucking ignoring me. So we get back to her spot, and there's some Mexicans smoking a cigarette in front of the building. So I roll up to the Mexicans and I'm like, hey loco, sacame esta mierda. Translation: hey dog, take the shit out my back, man. And that motherfucker was like, no. And I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker's like, no. I take that shit out, you gonna bleed out. What the fuck? How you walking like that? And I'm just like, man, I'm more concerned that I got my ass chumped out by a fucking crackhead. But anyways, so this motherfucker's like, no, motherfucker balls out, he leaves. So my friend, she calls the ambulance and shit, whatever. And we in DC. And we in that motherfucker like waiting. I'm in that motherfucking street bleeding out and shit, waiting for that bitch like fucking for like 45 minutes or whatever. Finally, they show up, but they're down the block. They weren't even close. And they pulled up, but they didn't pull up with the ambulance. They was like walking. And when the cop pulled up, I guess he sees that big ass shit in my back. He was like, oh shit. And so I told the cop, I was like, hey man, pull this shit out, man. And the cop was like, nah man, we can't do that, man. We can't do that. You might bleed out. Cause that shit was getting on my fucking nerves, man. That shit was like, I'm cool and walking or whatever, but that shit's getting on my fucking nerves. I'm like, whatever. So I get in the motherfucking ambulance, whatever, ride out. My friend told me that she was there sitting there like looking for the ambulance, waiting, and some other like crackhead dude in a suit pulls up and it was like, oh, what's going on? Where are they taking him to? Where are they taking him to? And he was like, oh, we gotta follow him. We gotta ride with him. I don't even know this motherfucker, but it's DC, a bunch of crackheads everywhere. But anyways, I get to the motherfucking hospital or whatever. Everyone's looking at me, and I guess it was like a student hospital or some shit. It was like a GW, some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know where the fuck I was at. All I know is I'm sitting there and there's a bunch of like kids, like students and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess it was a university hospital, I don't fucking know. So all these motherfucking little kids, little girls are just sitting there looking at me with a big ass motherfucking knife on my back, and this motherfucker giving me butt naked and shit, taking my clothes off. I'm like, what? I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let him enjoy this body, you know what I mean? I'm just talking shit. Anyways, so they put me in this motherfucking x-ray machine, yo. And yo, this shit was fucking crazy. You know, a couple years ago, I was in a fucking coma or whatever. But when I'm in this motherfucking machine, man, I can feel I don't know why, I can feel my fucking soul leave my fucking body. Like I can feel that motherfucker leave my fucking body. And I'm like down like this, and I'm starting to see like the black. Like my right eye is going dark, black, and it's closing up like this. So now I'm only like halfway seeing that shit because my whole right eye is blind now. And I'm sorry, my whole left eye is blind now. And I'm like, what the fuck? And that's why they say the mind is more powerful. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I was like, fuck this shit. I was thinking about my kids and shit, about my wife. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I was like, nah, motherfucker, you better come back. And then like slowly that shit just starts going away. Man, like I said, it could have been my soul leaving or could have been the fucking drugs. I don't fucking know. All I know is like, that shit was fucking wild as shit. That's all I can tell you. So I get out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They patch me up. I'm in the motherfucking waiting room. Yo, that shit was just fucking wild as shit, yo. That shit was just fucking wild as a motherfucker, yo. In that motherfucking waiting room was like a bunch of like, this crazy ass situations going on. I feel for those fucking nurses, man, because I was just coming cool, whatever. But everyone in that motherfucker just screaming and yelling like, nurse, nurse. And just talking some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bitch, bring me this water, bitch. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Anyways, I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. Not because I was hurt or whatever. I was like, that shit was just fucking annoying as fuck. Alright, the motherfuckers, they patched me up. Since they ripped off all my fucking clothes and shit, they give me a sweatpants and a sweatshirt and shit. Something out that motherfucker. And here's the funny thing. I guess like I don't know where the fuck I'm at because I don't. And I get the Uber shit, but I don't know where the street is at or whatever. So I'm sitting there trying to talk to the white people, like, hey, excuse me, you know where the street is at? And these motherfuckers are just like straight like walking by me, like they don't even see or hear me and shit. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers look at me like a crackhead. Then I look at myself with a motherfucking bag in my hand of my belongings and shit, and I'm in motherfucking sweats. I'm like, fuck, I do look like a fucking crackhead. I was like, fuck this. Anyways, the Uber driver calls me up. I tell him where I'm at. He's like, he picks me up. Motherfucker takes me back to my car or whatever. Man, that shit was like, that shit was funny as shit. But that's not even the motherfucker worst part of the motherfucking story, man. Fuck. Man, the worst part of the motherfucking story. Give me a second. Let me run and bed this shit now, and I'm gonna tell y'all the worst fucking part of this motherfucking story, man. Fuck.
Put that on live.
I'm all stabbed up, all patched up, whatever. I get home like around 10 in the morning. Cool. Take my son to the gym. Well, I'm taking him to the gym. I tell him like a life lesson, how I got stabbed and shit. But I was trying to relate something so he can sit there and better himself, not to be like, oh, look at daddy or whatever. But anyways, then he tells his mom. That's a whole other fucking story. Cause I didn't even call my wife for a reason. What the fuck she gonna do? I ain't being no dick or nothing, but fuck she gonna do to make my situation any better? She's not. So all I'm gonna hear is like, why the fuck you out there? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, man, I avoided the statement. Anyways, his ass, my little son just told her, he's a little kid. Anyways, I get home and I go to sleep. Fuck, I just gotta go to sleep. You know, set this shit heal up, whatever. The next day, I had a dentist appointment. I had to go because of COVID-19. It took me a fucking month and a half to get into this shit. So I was like, fuck this shit. I went just for my fucking checkup or whatever, my little cleaning or whatever. I show up to the dentist's office or whatever. The receptionist checks me in and she tells me, oh, it's gonna be $800. I said, all right, cool, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'm still in my head. This whole fucking time I'm still in my head, like, recapping that shit. But anyways, fucking crackhead tried to take my life. I didn't even smash the motherfucker. That's just eating me up. I go in there and I sit down and there's this little short, chubby lady with glasses. She comes in there all peppy and shit. And I'm on the chair. And she goes, how you feel today? I ignored her. I was like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. So she asked me one more time, how you feeling today? And I was like, yo, you really want to know? You really want to know how I'm feeling? She was like, yeah. I said, man, I feel like a bitch. And she was like, oh my God, why? I said, man, I got stabbed up yesterday and I ain't do a fucking thing. And then she goes, oh my God, my boyfriend got stabbed. He's traumatized. Are you traumatized? I'm like, fuck, nah, I ain't traumatized. I'm saying, anyways. She starts cleaning my teeth and shit. While she's cleaning my teeth, she's like, I took Taekwondo. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, all right, whatever, cool. 30 minutes later, I stand up. I'm like, all right. And she was like, how did he come at you like? I'm like, excuse me? How did he come at you with a knife? I said, oh, like this? Man, tell me why this motherfucker goes, hiya! I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And everybody in the fucking dentist office is looking at me. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This motherfucker giving me Taekwondo classes and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? You gonna fuck my ego up anymore? She basically telling me, motherfucker, hour in the froze. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, so when I go check out, the girl was like, it's gonna be $300. She was all shocked and shit. I guess the lady gave me a motherfucking discount because either she felt bad for me or she got hyped up that, you know, I reminded her of her Taekwondo days and shit. But anyways, I go see the homies and shit. I see my man, Brother Charles and shit. And I'm telling everybody what the fuck happened. I get more fucked with, yo. Brother Charles is like, yo, you ain't have your shit on you? I was like, nah, dog. Man, you ain't had no brass knuckles? You ain't had a pocket knife? Man, you ain't have a monkey fist? I was like, the fuck is a monkey fist? He was like, motherfucker, you walk around butt naked? I was like, all right, whatever, dog. You know what I'm saying? Moral of the story is, take Taekwondo classes, man. That's all I can fucking say. Fuck it.